Okay, welcome guys. Welcome. I'm on speaker. Am I using microphone? Yeah, I'm using microphone. Okay, I'm getting used to these things. Welcome people, welcome to my podcast. I am we are talking about Bolden the Beautiful. The bane of my existence. I do think this is one of the worst soap operas. Like, there's not many great soap operas. Soap operas are pretty bad. They're meant to be bad. You're meant to laugh at them. They're meant for, they're like a daytime drama series for, like, old folks. But I want to talk about Bold and the Beautiful. Now, this show's been declining since, 2003 onwards. I feel like this show was kind of declining in the 90s, but, like, the show was better back in the 80s and 90s than it is now. But the show's pretty awful. Like, it's never really been great. It's been an awful show from the get-go, from the start to the finish. But, this show's gone worse and worse over time. Just some of the writing and the characters and the dialogue and the continuity. It's really bad. Like, there's so many unlikable characters on the show. Um, so yeah, this is why I wanted to talk to you about this stupid Eric plot story and bloody Luna and RJ. I'm not gonna lie, RJ is probably the most likable character on the show at the moment. When you compare Liam, Brooke, Hope, and beyond, who are very insufferable characters. They're extraordinarily. Sometimes I wish I could just go through the TV and just strangle them because they're terrible characters. Like, I'm sure the actors and all that, I'll give props to the actors because, Catherine Kelly Lane, she seems like such a lovely human being, but holy shit, Brooke. Terrible character. Uh, she plays a good role. I do think she's one of the better actresses on the show. Probably even in actors as well. But oh geez, some of the plots in this show is insane. Like the whole Poppy and Bill getting together, and now they think that Bill may be Luna's dad, and it's like, oh yeah. I do like that RJ is very supportive of Luna's like choices and the things that she's been doing, and if this was like Liam would be going like, oh, I gotta have a mental breakdown. So, yeah, I can't stand Liam. I like Finn's not great either. Finn's got to be one of the most boring characters on this show. It's interesting because he's like a boring character, but then he's also got the most interesting plots out of everybody. I can't explain it. It's really hard to explain. Like his personality is very boring, but like his backstories and all that are the most interesting out of most of the characters on the show. Like this whole Steffi and Hope train. It's been going on for a decade now. It's like this love train is just it's insane. We have characters leaving this show too. Keep in mind Shauna. Who else left the show? Quinn. Recently, Wyatt left the show. The most likable Spencer character out of all of them. He wasn't very likable on the show, but he was more likable than Liam and Bill was. You know what? I didn't mind actually Wyatt. Like I don't really like any of the characters. This show's been shit ever since. This show's gone shit's creek ever since Stephanie's been gone and Sally's been gone. Back when the show had better characters. But yeah, It's sad to see Wyatt go because I feel like they could have gave him more character growth, but they didn't. They waste him away like they always do. This is Bold and the Beautiful. They're shit. They never they never take accountability for their characters. They're like, oh yeah, but Liam and Hope, they're more important, you know. All the other people aren't that important, you know. And then we got this. I did like that they brought back the Thomas story. I didn't think they were gonna bring it back. I felt like they were gonna do one of those. Oh yeah, he ran over Emma. Yeah. Uh, we're never gonna mention it ever again. But they're bringing it up. But like, there's a lot of Thomas fans out there. Thomas is not a great character. He's pretty awful character. I think most of the characters like Taylor and Steffi. Keep in mind, all these Foresters have killed people. Like Taylor's killed two people. Well, one person. I'm pretty sure she tried to kill Bill too. She killed Darla. I know that for sure. She's killed Darla. Steffi's killed a human being too. She went and gone killed. Uh, was her name Ivy? No, it wasn't Ivy. Um, Allie. That was her name. Allie. Wasn't it Thorne's daughter? She killed, and she never took accountability for it. Like she threw a crowbar at her or something. I can't remember. It was like nearly a decade ago. But like, yeah, and then Thomas has also run somebody down on the road. So these people have like Taylor, Steffi, and uh Thomas. They're not really great characters either. They're pretty shit. At least Brooks never killed somebody. She's tried to kill Stephanie before in the past. She's choked her a few times. But then Stephanie's gone around and tried to kill Brooke a few times too. So, you know, there's that too. Um, and then you got Hypocrite Ridge, who's tried to, uh, you know, we don't like talking about it, but done a bit of SA on women there. So is Thomas. Thomas, keep in mind with Caroline, she's pregnant because he slept with her and she was on pills. Keep in mind, so he's a terrible character. She was on the pill, and she was kind of all over the place, and and he's like, so he's not even a great character anyway. This is before he killed Emma and kept this secret from the babies. Uh, it's yeah, it's terrible. This show's been declining for a while. I would have liked to see Thorn. Thorn. Eric. I keep there's so many characters on the show. There's actually not many characters on this show than there used to be. They don't pop up as they used to be. But I would have liked to see Eric die. Actually, not because I cannot stand Eric. I don't really like Eric, what he's done in the past. He has become a better character on the show, but you know, we can't all forget the the times he's done stuff. Mm. This show is so irritating. There's so many plot holes in the show. They never explain it. Like, they never really kind of explain the Sheila and Finn. Like, when did she get pregnant with him? They never explain that. Like, Finn's got to be at least maybe 2, 3 years older than Steffi. She might be the same age as her. So, she was born 1999. This show's so bad with its characters because these characters started aging like like 10 years after like they were born, they're already adults. Like they never really explain that in the show, which kind of sucks. Like, you know. So she must have got pregnant with Finn after she left the show in 1998. I think this was towards the end of 1998, or I can't remember. I know she shot Stephanie, but I can't remember. Um, yeah. Oh no, she did. She shot Stephanie, and I think we had Amber go and like fight her off. because of the whole plot story. Um, yeah, I remember something like that. This show, I am watching like the stuff on YouTube, the old back in the day stuff. It actually isn't as bad as it is now. It's really bad show. Like the show is so awful. The show's so boring. Like it used to, like it's not great. It's a pretty awful show from the start to the finish, but like to the start till the present, it's pretty awful. But like with continuity here and everything. But like this show was a lot more interesting back then. Like this was so much like kind of build up stories going on. Like, with the Sheila story and she, kidnapping James in a basement and then like you had the whole Anthony, he killed Ivana or whatever. That's what I'm watching. Like it's a lot more interesting than like later Bold and the Beautiful where nothing happens. Like Eric's now. I would have liked if he actually did die, but like not in a bad way. Like like they kind of pulled off the Stephanie story. Like they didn't have to have the whole he had cancer like Stephanie, but they could have had like a moment there or something. That would have been nice. Because how old's Eric now? He'd have to be in his 70s now. At least in his 70s. That guy's getting old. I'm sure you can find a way to kill his character off. He's getting old now. Like, shout out to, John McCook or whatever his name is. I'm sure he's a nice person. I like to think everybody's a nice person. Yeah, this show is so bad. Like I like to make fun of soap operas because they're not always great soap operas. At the moment, I feel like Liam and Brooke and Hope are the worst characters at the moment, and Thomas. Like they're pretty awful characters. I actually don't mind Finn as a character. I do think he's better than Liam. He's not great. He's pretty annoying, but he's a lot better than Liam is as a character. Um, this show has no idea what personality is because every character has the same personality on this show. Not one. There's maybe 5 characters with different personalities on this show, but like 99% of them, like 98, maybe 99% of them have the same personality. It's just either one's more shittier than the other character. That's the only difference about the characters, is one's more shittier. They always act the same. It's always like, Lovey Dovey, I'm in love with you. I cheated on you. Oh, we were together for 3 to 5 years and now, oh, finally, I'm not with you anymore. Oh. I would have liked to see, I would have liked it. I did like the whole Brooke and Taylor kind of teaming up. Like they're not together with Ridge anymore, but then they kind of shitted that story up too. And it's like, oh no, she's with him now. She's with Ridge now. It's like, oh, shut up. Brooke's been irritating from the start to the finish. Like, just every minute, I want this character gone. I can't stand her. Like, ugh. I don't like Taylor either. Sometimes I think Taylor's even worse than Brooke. Now, a lot of people's going to hate me for that because Taylor's pretty awful too. But, like, Brooke, she's been pretty irritating. Like, she's such a test of patience. Like she has no filter, no morals, no principles, no nothing. Like, this girl just goes around and just accuses everybody for doing this, and when she doesn't think about her own problems. I feel like with Taylor, she does the exact same thing, which is even worse because I think Taylor can be worse than Brooke because at least everyone goes around and says she's a She's the slut from the valley. My housemates and my carers are very loud at the moment. But yeah, I was just saying, like she can be worse than Brooke because at least they say like she's the slut from the valley and that she's a horrible character. Taylor's always like, I'm an angel, and all that. You're not an angel. You try to sleep with Brooke's son, and you dated Eric, and you dated Thorne, and you dated Ridge, and you have okay. You might only have a child with Ridge, and not like well, you did have that one child with Nick, who ended up being Brooke's baby. What was his name again? Jack? I think his name was Jack. He was never mentioned again after that. I think it was like 2009 story or 2008. I can't remember. But like they never mentioned him ever again. It's like, oh, he was a baby, but he went away. Who cares? We don't care about Jack. Who cares? Just like we don't care about LGBTQ. We had that one girl. What was her name? Why am I saying Macy? Name's not Macy. She started with M, I'm pretty sure. And I think she was a trans character. I can't remember her character. I'm curious to know what a character was. Hold on. What was the character's name? Maya. 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 Maya? Maya. I don't know. Uh I'm not good at names. She was the trans. But they kind of shitted her character a little. They're like that one conversation when Brooke's like, "Oh, you should have told Rick you were trans. That's terrible." It's like, jeez, does this guy have like things against like LGBTQ? Like, there's keep in mind, there's not one LGBTQ besides that trans girl, and they kind of just like she just came out of nowhere as trans. Keep in mind, she was just a woman who happened to be trans. But they never said she was trans in the start. But then when she is trans, they go about it like, oh, she was in the wrong. Why is she got to be in the? Why is all these trans got to be in the wrong? This show, uh, what's his name? William Bell, Brad Bell, whatever, the creator of the show. He must be trans. Like he must be phobia or something because there's not one LGBTQ character. Like they had that moment with Brooke and Taylor, but I didn't think that was gonna go anywhere. I'm glad it didn't go anywhere. I could see Brooke being an LGBTQ character. I could see her being bisexual. I could see her being bi. I'm glad she didn't get together with Taylor. That just would have been really weird. Her sworn enemy. Ugh, yuck. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't actually get together. That would have been weird. But yeah, I could also see Wyatt and Zende and that one guy named Oliver. I could see them all being gay. I could see Wyatt being gay. So yeah. Um I just and also the Sheila story. It dragged for so fucking long. Like it dragged for so long. Like I got really sick and tired of the whole Sheila. Oh, she's with Deacon. Oh no, she's with Bill. No, she's with Deacon again. Oh, no, she's out of jail. No, she's back in jail. No, she escaped jail. No, she's back in there. Now she's out. Now she's engaged. Now we don't know what to do with her character. She's still a she's still a felony. She's still like a convict. She's a criminal. She's tried to kill people before. She tried to kill her son. She tried to kill her son's wife. She tried to kill, you know, Taylor and Steffi, son's, she tried to kill people. She's actually killed people. She's actually literally killed people. Keep in mind. This woman has killed 2 people that I can think of. Like, besides the ones that came back from the dead, she actually has killed people. She killed her psychiatrist who fell out a window or whatever in, I don't know what season it was. I think it's season 7 or something. You know that psychiatrist? Can't remember what his name was. He fell out a window. He fell out a story building. And then she killed another guy. I think his name was Lance. I can't remember, with bee stings. So she's killed people. She's killed people. And she's attempted murder with a lot of people. Ridge, Steffi, Taylor, Finn, Brooke, Stephanie. Who else did she try to kill? Stephanie. This person's killed people before. It's not like other characters have killed people. They have. Taylor killed Darla. Steffi killed Ali. Thomas killed Emma. Like, the list goes on. Like, how many people have killed people on this show. Brooke and Stephanie have tried to kill one another. I've strangled one another. I remember there was one time Brooke tried to shoot Stephanie, and then Stephanie tried to shoot her. I think this was 2 different times. I think one because she had a heart attack or something like that. Can't remember. And the other time she tried to kidnap her because she didn't want someone to. She didn't want Ridge to go to jail because he also killed somebody. I don't think he really tried. I think he tried to stop someone from killing themselves, and he ended up shooting him by accident or something like that. Can't remember. I think his name was like Graham or something. I can't remember. It was one of the seasons. Might have been season 20 or something. 21. I can't remember. But yeah, this show. Thorne has tried to kill somebody. I love in season. I think I'm up to season 8 of. I'm watching earlier stuff, and I love how Macy's and Sally is like, he's never tried to kill anybody because he's in jail because they think he killed Avena. And it's like, he's never tried to kill somebody. I'm like, bitch, he tried to kill Ridge. He shot him in the head. I think he was on like drugs or something. I can't remember. Or he was like on something and he couldn't remember what happened the next day. But he tried to kill somebody. And I'm pretty sure he tried to kill, didn't he try to kill the other guy, Grant or whatever? In like later on, obviously this one I'm watching is before that. So he's tried to kill somebody a couple of times. It's like, what are you talking about? This is Thorne. He's tried to kill people before. You know, how many characters have tried to kill somebody? It's crazy. Yeah. This show is so bad. Like, this show can't remember its own continuity. It's like, oh, and Eric being in a hospital, like he says, I've never been through this, bitch. Like, you had a heart attack a few times, quite a while back. You've had a heart attack a few times. I feel like Katie's had a heart. There's a few people that have had heart attacks on this show. I think Stephanie had a heart attack. I'm pretty sure she faked a heart attack, if I can remember. Sally's had a heart attack. Like, this show also likes to recycle stories. Like, Steffi is meant to be Taylor. and Hope is meant to be Brooke, and Liam is meant to be a knockoff version. Uh, Liam is meant to be a knockoff version of Ridge. Who, it feels, and Wyatt is meant to be Thorn. He's meant to be the other brother who, and if you really think about this, Flo is blonde hair, Darla had blonde hair, and suddenly, so Wyatt is pretty much like Thorn, although he's a lot more nicer than Thorn. I will say Wyatt's a lot more nicer character than Thorn. Thorn's more of an asshole than yeah. And then you got Ridge, who's 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 done SA before, and Thomas, and probably other characters. I can't remember all the other characters, but like, keep in mind, Ridge tried to do SA with Caroline and with Brooke before in the past. It's like, oh, he's an angel. He's a great character. He's a terrible character. He's not a great character. He's a messed up character. It's like, why is everyone like him? He did some messed up shit. Why are people why are people liking Thomas? He's tried to kill people in the past. Has Hope ever killed somebody? I don't think she's ever killed somebody. Can't remember if she's killed some. I know Quinn, Wyatt's mum, has tried to kill somebody. I think she tried to kill Liam. I think she's tried to kill him like twice. I know she tried to kill Deacon once. She threw him off a cliff or something, and then he ended up being alive. I don't know how. This is one of the annoying things about this show. You know, when they brought Taylor back, I feel like she had a pretty good send off in 2002. This is before the actress took on plastic surgery, which is so sad because I thought she was gorgeous. She was such a beautiful person. And then, anyway, it's what happens when some people want to do plastic surgery. But she was such a nice person. I'm sure she's still a nice person, but yeah. She was so beautiful back then. Hunter Tylo. Anyway, yeah, I do think she had a better send off, and then they kind of shooted up her character too. I think it was in season 18 or some shit. I can't remember what season it was. It was in the year 2005, I believe. 2004. I can't remember. She comes back. And, yeah. I feel like RJ's the new Wyatt, because Wyatt was not always the. Because I was never a big fan of Allie as a character. You know how she used to hate Wyatt. She's like, he's evil mum. Yeah, the mum's evil. I'll give you that. Quinn's pretty horrible character. But like, Wyatt was one of the better characters. I will miss him. I actually don't mind Donna as a character. Now, I know a lot of people's like, yeah, but she cheated on Eric and she's always self-centered. But like, if you really think about it, she's the best Logan sister out of all of them. Like, Katie is pretty bad. Like, she's cheated on Bill a few times. She was with Carter. She's also not really great too because she's also lied about certain things, and keep in mind she's also cheated on her sister's uh daughter's husband. Didn't she like sleep with Nick or something? So she's pretty awful character. Like, Brooke's the worst out of the three of them, but like, I don't mind Donna as a character. I feel like she's very supportive of Eric. I do think that's the best relationship besides Stephanie that he's had. Like, I did not like him and Brooke together. They had really bad chemistry. Like, I prefer Brooke and Ridge together, 100%. I don't even like Ridge and Taylor together. Like, I can see the chemistry with them, but Ridge is so self-centered. He belongs with Brooke. Like, they belong together. yeah, I just don't like him and Taylor very much. That's just my opinion. I'm the same with I think that Liam and Hope belong together. I don't think Liam should be with Steffi. 100. There's no chemistry there. I do think Steffi and Finn belong. They don't have the greatest chemistry either, but like they got better chemistry than Liam and Steffi. Uh, yeah, like I said, there's not really great characters. That's all I have to say about the show. Like I said, the show's not really doing much. I'm tired of this show not doing anything. I really wish that this show could do more. I'm hopefully this show will do better, but as it is, I think this show is going to go worse and worse. It's just going to go downhill from now on. This show's been declining for years, like decades. I think even before Stephanie died, this show was declining. But Stephanie made this show. Without her, without Susan Flannery, this show's pretty much dead. It's pretty much a dead circus. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Bold and the Beautiful. Like I said, I can't stand this show. I don't like any of the characters. There's maybe a couple characters that are likable. Like I said, Sheila's not really much of a villain anymore. She's just kind of just there for the plot. They just need her there. I don't know why. This show's really bad. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys love it. Uh, yeah, I hope this goes really well for all of you guys. And thank you for listening to my podcast. Bye.